Hi there. So this is my first video podcast, and I just really wanted to make this like a place for us to come together and chat about life lessons and things that we've learned. So I'm gonna be doing my makeup as we talk, and that's it. Just some girl time. So today I wanted to talk about what I learned from being bullied in high school. So when I was in my junior year of high school, there was this girl and she wanted this position in volleyball, and it was called libero, which isn't really important in the terms of the story, but she wanted it and I got it, and was upset about it naturally. But what happened after that wasn't okay, because she went to the coaches and said, I feel like I deserve this position because I'm a senior, not because she's better, because she's a senior. And they said no. And so she started kind of taking out that disappointment on me. It was just a lot of like girl things, like she started like turning my best friend against me and telling people lies about me, and she told my homecoming date that I had 2 dates to homecoming, so he should take her instead, because it wasn't fair that I had 2 dates and she had none, and you know, just a lot of nonsense. And then like our school had this they did this bonfire thing for homecoming, and she was going around like inviting everyone to an after school thing and telling them not to invite me. And like the school I went to was really small. We had like 40 people in the high school, so like not being included in the thing was like the end of the world because everyone went. And I found out later that the only people who stood up to her, that's my children, the only people who stood up to her were like foreign exchange students that I'd known for a couple of months at this point. So it was pretty heartbreaking to go from like feeling like I had a lot of friends and was doing well to, you know, being left out of everything and just having no one. I was really lonely. And the coaches on the volleyball team, which is kind of where this all started, they pulled us aside and they're like, your actions aren't really glorifying the Lord, so you guys need to turn it around. And I was like, my actions? I didn't say anything. I was just like, okay. But if I learned one thing from all of this, it's that I should have stood up for myself. I went so long of just accepting and being quiet and being meek and trying to be the bigger person, you know, or what I thought it was the bigger person, that I just kind of let it all happen to me. And what I wish I really would have known was that it is okay to use your voice. It is okay to stand up to someone who might seem more powerful than you, which she did. She was a senior and the principal's daughter. And I wish I would have known, you know, it's okay to stand up to someone and be like, hey, this isn't okay. I don't appreciate this. It doesn't need to go on anymore. Because honestly, I just kind of sat back and let it all happen. And what I should have said was go, you know, I should have gone to my coach and been like, no, you have this wrong. I haven't done anything, you know, in that conversation. And I should have stood up to her and been like, you know, this isn't okay. What's your problem? I want to fix it. But instead, things just went down a really bad path for me. I got really depressed and lonely. And it was hard, you know, that was my junior year. I lost all my friends in a very small school, and I still had another year left with them. You know, where she was moving on, you know, she wasn't there the next year to see all the fallout or to deal with the consequences. So I think that's like the biggest lesson I learned was, even if confrontation is uncomfortable, even if you're afraid of what's gonna happen, to speak up for yourself and to demand better for yourself. And I know, like, that was harder for me because I was thinking over this, as you know, one tends to do in their free time. I was thinking over this and I was thinking, you know, why didn't I stand up for myself? Why did I let her do this? Why was I so afraid to say, you know, I don't think this is okay? And the answer, sorry, I can't talk and do eyeliner. The answer was that I had been taught growing up is that you can't talk back to people who are bigger than you. I had been taught, you know, if you do talk back, something bad's gonna happen to you. And that lesson has taken years to unlearn. So I've, you know, forgiven myself for not, you know, being able to step up and do what could have made a huge difference in the situation, because I was young, 17, and still learning, and that's okay. But if you're watching this, hopefully you'll be able to learn from me that it's okay. Not everyone is out to hurt you. The people who are, you know, they might be more powerful, they might have people behind them, but the truth in your heart, you know, you're the one that you have to live with every day. You're the one who has to sit with the results of that. You're the one who has to deal with the fact that you were silent. And I think I've come to a point in my life, you know, I'm still pretty young, but I've come to a point in my life where I would rather feel good about what I've done and feel good about my part in it and leave a situation knowing that I've done everything I could. You know, that I did the best I could, the best I knew how, that I acted with integrity. Not just to me, but to other people too, you know? Like I want to treat other people well, but I also want to treat myself well. And when I'm treating myself well and standing up for myself and, you know, kind of owning my position and standing up for what I deserve, I'm treating myself with integrity. So at the end of the day, I don't want to look back on a situation and say, man, I really just let them walk all over me, or like, man, I really wish I would have stepped up and said, you know, that's not okay. How can we fix this? Because how I stand up for me sends a message too. So that was very quick makeup. My eyes are kind of shadowy underneath. I think that's just lighting, but also my Italian, my Italian heritage. But I do just think that I learned a lot from this, and I learned mainly that a problem doesn't go away because you're ignoring it or because you're trying to nice your way out of it or make yourself small. You need to make yourself big and take up the space that you deserve. So I hope that helped. I hope you liked the transformation. I'll do my hair later maybe. And we'll talk again soon. Okay, bye.